It was actually my first pitch ever, so that was a big hurdle to get over the top of. I've pitched to lots of customers and users, but that was the first time in that sort of investor type of a scenario, and it did feel a little bit different, but I'm very impressed with the quality of the people in the room, the questions. I got feedback that I think is really valuable, so couldn't be happier.
The judges asked very helpful questions that made me think about my business from all angles, as well as potential growth options. I really appreciate the feedback in terms of presentation skills and considerations that I hadn't thought of before.
I like to be challenged, so that was one of the things that I like. I like to meet other people, provide me different feedbacks, whether it's positive or negative.
This morning's pitch was awesome. They asked a lot of great questions, and so they were really very interested in this whole topic of cannabis education, and I used actually a few tips from yesterday's panel, and it worked super well today.
I think we all fight this. Too many words on the slide. I have a tendency to be in my head instead of in my heart, and so I've really got to learn to just stay, this is in me. I've got to just let it exude out of me instead of being scripted.
Yeah, I would say know that the judges are on your side. So coming in with an open mind that the feedback is to make you better, and any different perspectives are beneficial. It takes a special kind of crazy. I have been in this entrepreneurial startup journey for the last year and a half, and it has been the most significant ups and downs of my 20-year career. But when you're doing something that you believe in, it's worth it. And don't quit when it's hard, because there are many times that the out is easier than staying in it.
Well, I think you have to be willing to take advice and make changes. If I had to really give anybody any advice, it would be you have to be flexible, you have to be ready to pivot, and incorporate comments that make sense to you. And as you do that, each time you refine the deck, it's going to get better and better.
This is our 4th annual Startup Week. This year, one of the core themes that we put together was smart cities. And so what we decided to do is to engage Front Range Community College students as well as other students in town here was to hold our first ever hackathon. And in doing so, we picked smart cities as being the topic, the uber topic for the hackathon itself.
So you want to know about the hackathon? We had the Civic Hackathon was Saturday and Sunday of this week. Very interesting experience. So most people who think hackathon think of coding and think of technology. The hackathon was about coding and technology, but at the heart of it was the set of civic challenges that smart cities are presenting. Right? This whole week is about smart cities and about smarter together. So the hackathon started by presenting participants with a set of broad challenges that all cities face and that will become more and more important as cities in the future try to become smarter, try to build their entrepreneurial ecosystem.
On Saturday and Sunday, we invited in a group of individuals, whether they be students or whether they be local community members, professionals, etc., to come in and have a conversation about smart cities. What we did was we turned that into a hackathon, and during the course of 2 days, we talked about water conservation and air quality, and we came up with many different solutions to solve some of those issues, and a lot of discovery happened throughout the week.
It's about quality of life and those sorts of things. The 2 challenges that we set broadly were air quality and water quality. So we literally started off the morning on Saturday with just some discussion about air quality problems, water quality problems. First of all, defining what the problems are, then developing a little more detail on those, like the specific challenges that cities need to address with regard to air pollution, with regard to water. So for example, and these are only examples, traffic is a huge problem for air quality. It's also a problem for other aspects of municipalities. And likewise, water quality, that could be anything from flood management and flood mitigation and conservation to the quality of the drinking water to recreational use of water, right? We have all of these different challenges and we didn't set any parameters. We simply gave those challenges and we married that with some technology tools, not solutions, but tools. So we partnered with Xilinx and SparkFun, a few other firms. They brought together with us a number of their technical products. Primarily, I would say the pink board from Xilinx is programmable. It's programmable hardware that helps you build embedded systems. So we gave the teams, I'll talk about the teams in a second, we gave the teams these tools. So we had a mix of people who were technically minded, who can code and hack those things, and we had people who were more entrepreneurial, more business minded, some civic activists and so forth, people who are passionate about air quality and those things. And they all worked together on developing solutions to these challenges.
The engagement that we had with everybody who participated in the hackathon, there were a level of expectation that no one knew what they were doing when they came in, and they soon found that working together, collaborating together, gave rise to smarter decisions and ultimately smarter together.